Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Doubtfull here, and today I've got a really exciting new build to share with you. I happen to be looking through the best Rek'sai players on the Lollytics page, and I noticed that the rank 1 Korean Rek'sai uses a really unique build that I've never seen anyone use before or even talk about. And that is Prowler's Claw into essentially full tank. And he takes Conqueror and goes Inspiration secondary with Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight. And I don't know, I've just never seen anyone take this build or even talk about it. So I thought it was pretty cool and I wanted to give it a shot and see if I liked it. So this is a game that I just played like an hour ago, and I'm gonna be talking over it and giving my thoughts on the build and just how to play Rek'sai in Season 11 in general. So if you are interested in that, if you find this video helpful, definitely consider to give it a like for the YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you'd like to see me play these games live, you can check me out at twitch.tv/I'mDoubtfull. I stream every weekday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm going to be starting on my red buff. You can start either camp, either red or blue this season, thanks to the changes to the jungle monsters that they did. But we're gonna start on the red buff because I want to play for top side. It's Rumble against a Pantheon, which is a relatively volatile lane. Rumble's kind of a lane bully, and you kind of want to support him and get him ahead early. And Pantheon just has really good gank setup, so there's a good shot that their jungler is gonna try to play for that lane. We are jungling against a Cho'Gath, which is pretty weird, especially considering he doesn't have flash. It's Check's play, a player who is kind of a Karthus one-trick, and Karthus got banned this game. So he went for the Cho'Gath with no flash. Kind of a strange choice, but it is what it is. He goes for that level 2 gank with the Pantheon, but fortunately Rumble had a really smart ward, and he's able to dodge the gank. Now, I'm just doing a full clear, which I do almost every game on Rek'sai. It's really important that you don't fall behind early, and if you go for a gank and it doesn't work, you're just gonna fall really far behind. So I'm very unlikely to do the path that a lot of Rek'Sai players do, which is go red, blue, Gromp, gank. I'm much more likely to play consistently like this. Now, I was sort of cheating towards his blue side because I was thinking about going for that, since he clearly was not on that side of the map. But I saw a wave building up top, and I decided to go for this dive instead. I even type out and I ask this Rumble if Pantheon has his E leveled up yet, which he probably doesn't. He probably has WQ. So we go for this gank, and I do notice, or I get really lucky, and Cho'Gath is right here. So fortunately, we are in the perfect spot to counter gank this. Cho'Gath has no flash, so he's just guaranteed to die here. His only chance of escaping is to maybe land a Q on somebody and proc his phase rush and get out, but he's pretty doomed without a flash. So this game starts off really nice. I spam ping his teleport because something this player does a lot is teleport immediately after dying, and it can trick people up. So I spam it to try to protect my lanes. But yeah, you can see he's bot lane right now. He TP'd bot and actually got a gank off, and now we have a counter TP mid. I decided to go for his Raptors because I know they're up. I know he did red Krugs, and I want to counter this camp if I can. This is like really, really frustrating for a jungler to not have the Raptors, and I leave one up because this means the camp is not going to reset until Cho'Gath clears that last Raptor. So that's going to be really punishing for him. I go mid and I pick up this, I got like 2 minions of XP there. And the reason I reveal myself there instead of just going for my blue buff and like kind of hiding my presence is because I do want to double scuttle Cho'Gath if possible. His blue buff is up here, but he does have a set, so it's kind of risky for me to go for that. Unfortunately, Jace does die here, and he does assistance ping me there, which I didn't really agree with. That seemed like a bit of an int from him. An int, in case you don't know, just means not a very good play. So I do mute his pings right away. That's something that I do a lot, and I recommend all junglers do, is just don't be afraid to, if people are gonna like be kind of toxic, and I also smite that cannon there because that's really high value. Anyways, yeah, it's just a really good idea to mute people's pings if they're annoying. Now, honestly, he said my bad immediately after that. I think he realized he made a mistake, and I definitely should have actually muted him for that, but yeah, that was probably a mistake. I think eventually we do unmute him. We realize, okay, I shouldn't have muted that guy. But yeah, so we're gonna keep going and full clear our top side. Maybe questionable because I'm sitting on so much gold. We have a really good base right now, which is well, once you have 1100 gold, it's honestly a really good base for this version of Rek'sai. You get that lethality, serrated Dirk, which is really, really nice. I tried to call for a dive top, but he's trading mid, and he's actually level 4 against level 6, which is kind of insane. I don't know why he's there at this level 6 so early. I guess from kill XP, but we go for the gank here. I sweep so I know if Xerath knows I'm there or not, because that changes the way that I play the gank. He tries to flash my knockup, but he messes that up, and fortunately, we flash and we're able to get the kill there. Cho'Gath is coming in. Here, I make a pretty dumb mistake. Because I'm level 6, or I'm about to level 6, I smite this cannon for level 6. I want to try to outplay him, because I also have my Conquer stack still from the Xerath fight. So I make a pretty ambitious play, tank a turret shot, and the reason why this is all bad is because I don't know where their support is. He's not showing bot, and we get collapsed on here and die, unfortunately. I almost make it out. If I can get to my tunnel, maybe I can get it out, but I was just slowed so much from the set or the Cho'Gath, I don't know, and I'm not able to make it out. Now, that was a really dumb play because I was sitting on like over 2k worth of gold. It's never a good idea to look for a fight there. That's like, I don't know, I just wanted to look fancy for the camera or something, I guess, make a highlight reel play. Thought it would be pretty tricky fighting with the full Conquer stacks in level 6, but didn't work out. I immediately want to rush mid because, I don't know, they're just trading like crazy here in the mid lane, and I'm so strong right now. So we're going to try to look for that if possible. But I'm assuming I probably just do my Raptors here. No, I'm immediately going to look for this. Okay. I agree with this. We fortunately run into Cho'Gath here again. I mean, unfortunately for him. I cast my E to cut off his escape, which, I don't know, I got really low. That was kind of scary. He procs Phase Rush and is almost able to get out, but my Q does so much damage there. 109 from a burrowed Q. That's kind of insane. I guess it's because I have, I mean, I'm really fat. I've got the serrated Dirk plus the Caulfield's, but that's a lot of damage. I actually wasn't expecting to kill him once he got that like random heal. I think that was like a biscuit or something. I don't know what that was, but he healed a lot all of a sudden. Anyways, I decided to do Dragon here. I don't recommend soloing Dragon that often on Rek'Sai. As you can see, I go from full HP all the way down to like 1/4 HP, completely killing my ability to make a play now. And it took a while too, and you just don't really get that much from it. I mean, 10% increase cooldown on your ult. That's actually kind of nice on Rek'Sai. I never used to really like that, but the increased cooldown is actually pretty nice this season with how much damage there is in the game, and just basically a lot of my kills are like gated. My ability to kill somebody is like really gated by my ult cooldown. So I've actually kind of come to enjoy getting that 10% CDR from Cloud Dragon, but it does take a lot of time and it slows me down quite a bit. I don't really get much gold from it. I think you get like 25 gold from killing Dragon. I don't know why they give you any gold at that point if they're just going to give you 25. I guess so you're getting something, but you basically get no gold from Dragon. Bot lane gets some good kills there. Right now what we're trying to do is get to 1k gold so we can base and get our Prowler's Claw, because that's an insane power spike for a Rek'Sai. Really any champion. Prowler's Claw is just kind of a really busted item. It gives us our gap closer, which is super, super important on Rek'Sai. I see more trading going on mid, so once again, I'm looking mid. He almost dodges that out, but not quite. I have a tunnel set up here already, so I double tunnel onto him, and I aim the tunnel towards his turret, where he's almost certainly going to land. Use my R immediately to dodge, like immediately after he's stunned, to dodge his Q. Otherwise, I probably would have died there. That's how you want to use your ults. Well, that's one of the many ways you can use your ult. But let's see. Really, I should be basing. I have so much gold here, but some crazy stuff ends up happening here. Some wild trading. And I want to go for this. I'm getting the regen from my red buff, which is kind of nice. Like, I'm already over half HP. We barely can't land that Q. That's a pretty cool set play, actually. And we unfortunately don't really get anything there. But I don't think the play ends here. Yeah, Talia comes in from out of nowhere, completely misses everything. And we're able to get that free kill there. We're level 8 now. I don't know what level Cho'Gath is, but I think I'm like way ahead of him. Maybe he's level 6 now. Maybe we're only 2 levels up at this point. I'm looking for another double tunnel here, but my E's not up for a little bit longer. He does go to clear this ward though, which was probably a bit ambitious from him. I got the red smite to reduce his damage, and we're able to get that kill. The Triumph comes in clutch there, and I don't die to the Cho'Gath ultimate. Very, very close. We almost died to that. One of the reasons why I love taking Conquer is Triumph is just such a strong rune. Really, really love Triumph. You can actually take Triumph if you go Hail of Blades too, but I actually think you really want to go for the Inspiration Tree secondary if you're ever going to build Prowler's Claw. And I think anybody who goes Hail of Blades is going Prowler's Claw, so... Inspiration secondary is actually just so good. I think it's really underrated right now. You get the decreased cooldown on your flash, so you can trade flashes with somebody early game and then just flash on them. You have like a 40-second window where you have flash up and they don't, which is pretty insane. Really easy to abuse. And you also get the increased cooldown on your Prowler's Claw as well, which is like, I think it's like a 6-second decreased cooldown or something like that, but that actually is noticeable. Like, it can be the difference between using your Prowler's Claw twice in a fight or not. Now, we immediately head bot side because I see them trading here, and this is just a free pickup. Honestly, really well played by Pyke. Gets the double stun, and it's just free from here. I want to say Cho'Gath kind of gets in our way here, but Ezreal snipes him out. Pyke comes in with the Q. I mean, this is just... Honestly, this game was just really well played for my team. This is actually my second time recording this video because I had just finished recording and I was so hyped about it, ready to upload to YouTube. And then I realized I had my mic muted the entire time because I had my mic muted when I was recording the gameplay. So that was a huge fail and it was really depressing. But this is my second time. Yeah, there's another great snipe from the Ezreal. This is my second time recording this. And yeah, really well played by my team the more I watch. Really just everyone on my team played fantastic this game. Which brings me to my next point that I forgot to mention at the start of this video is that I'm not playing this live. I just played this game like an hour ago. I think maybe I said that or not. I don't know. I kind of like doing these voiceovers at the end because I feel like you get more value out of them. I can be like a little bit more focused with my talking and give some better information. But you'll see I did build the Giant's Belt. We probably should talk about the build some. I did build the Giant's Belt. You can either go Dead Man's Plate second or you can go Abyssal Mask second. That's what the Korean Challenger player does, who I'm copying with this build. And I decided to go for Abyssal Mask second here. Generally speaking, I think Dead Man's is probably better. But the cool thing about Abyssal, well, I don't know, the cool thing about this build is you can just build towards whatever the threats are. And the threats this game, I mean, Xerath is the strongest member on their team. He's obviously full AP. Cho'Gath also does some AP damage. I don't know why he mistimed his ult so badly there. When that happened in game, I was so confused too. It was like really mistimed it. But anyways, they also have a Talia AP carry and yeah, just a lot of AP damage on their team. So we decided to go for the Abyssal Mask first and Deadman's afterwards. Again, you can go either. Abyssal Mask will give you, I guess, probably more damage. Maybe, but Deadman's Plate definitely makes you tankier because, I don't know, the armor that you get more HP, first of all, I believe. I think you get like 475 from Deadman's Plate, which is insane. And you also get the like way increased movement speed. Here was really interesting. This was so close. I nearly died, nearly didn't get that. We actually do die. I think if I E over this wall instead, maybe I can make it over the wall and survive. But in my review of this, I actually realized something. So you can use Prowler's Claw on neutral objectives. Actually, you can use it on anything. You use it on camps too. And it increases your damage to the camp, and it increases your smite damage. So I actually could have Prowler's Clawed the dragon there and increased my smite and got it like without, like Cho'Gath almost got it there. Like I could have got it without risking that, and that would have been huge. I also am wondering to myself, if I had to tunnel up when I died, could I have just eat over the dragon wall? Did I need to die there? I feel like I didn't. I feel like we could have played that better. But yeah, that's a fun Prowler's Claw fact. It does increase true damage for some reason, including your smite damage. So one of the many reasons why that item is very, very broken right now. Now we have our Abyssal Mask. I want to talk a little bit more about the build. I haven't really talked about the build like at all. We're sort of just now getting into the build now that I finished Abyssal Mask. But I think the reason why this is so strong is because you're able to just get that huge damage item from Prowler's Claw, and then you can just go full tank and be like a pseudo frontline for your team, which is just really huge. I mean, I literally just Prowler's Clawed into 4 people there, and I'm gonna walk out fine. It's actually insane. Like the utility that you get, that you can offer your team. So you're not just like this one-shot glass cannon. I think it's absolutely powerful, so insane. And the really cool thing is that you kind of have like this is kind of like a damage amp build. Like everything that I build is like, they're all tank items, but they also give me damage. So this Abyssal Mask that I just built, keep in mind, I literally only knocked up Talia. So I'm gonna hover my item damage real quick here, and you're gonna see that it did, I do it very briefly. 108 damage, 108 damage from me just Wing someone, knocking them up, and then I think, I don't know if it was Rumble or Ezreal, I don't know. Somebody else followed up on the Talia damage, but 108 damage from a tank item is kind of nuts. Like, I don't know, the utility that I'm offered is just so insane. And so those two items obviously work together. Prowler's Claw, when I use it on a champion, it increases my damage by 15% to the target. And when I knock somebody up with Abyssal Mask, it increases my damage by 10%. I don't know how the math like checks out there, like if they do it additively or multiplicatively. But that's like 25% increased damage, like minimum, which is kind of insane. I tunnel over here to mess with the set and hopefully buy time for my Jace to get away. And then the other tank items, he gets away here, spoiler alert. The other cool thing about this build with Deadman's Plate is it also gives you like 100 magic. I think it does 100 magic damage when it's like fully charged, and it slows people, which is really cool. You get a lot of free damage that I'm just amping up out of nowhere. Man, that's interesting. This would also, all this damage amp would also increase Cheap Shot. Another build that I really like is taking Cheap Shot plus Ravenous Hunter on Rek'sai. That's like my usual go-to build, but I'm purely copying this guy, and I do like this build. But it's kind of interesting that I would also amp Cheap Shot. I mean, not that Cheap Shot does that much damage, but increasing true damage is I don't know, it's kind of cool. I guess it would only work once. I don't know what Cheap Shot's cooldown is. Is it 4 seconds? So you would only amp the first Cheap Shot, which isn't that insane. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna build towards Merc Dreads here. Even though I took Legendary Tenacity or Legend Tenacity over Alacrity, I think just getting, they have a decent amount of CC on their team, so just getting as much Tenacity as possible is good. And they don't have too many like auto attack abusers, so Ninja Tabi's just aren't that good. And then we're gonna start building towards our Deadman's Plate, getting that, gosh, what's it called? What are the pants called? I can't remember what the pants are called, actually. They cost like 800 gold, they give you 150 HP, and like 5% movement speed or something. Winged steel? Winged something, I don't know. I changed it up because I realized I need armor, and we do this instead. Another reason, why I like going Deadman second over Abyssal Mask, usually if you can, is because it gives you more armor, which protects you against the turrets. The turrets are kind of, especially when you're playing Rek'Sai, you tend to dive a lot on this champion. The turrets are kind of like the 6th enemy champion. And getting that armor, it really helps to mitigate that damage as well. And then just being able to move around the map faster. I mean, you get from camp to camp faster, your ganks are stronger. I really think, generally speaking, you're going to want to go Deadman second. I think that's the better build. But you can see we're actually 4 levels up on this Shogath now. That is painful. I don't even know what he's building, man. He's got like a Zanya's. That's just crazy. But we're sort of able to do whatever we want. I mean, we're insanely tanky here for where we are. Granted, I do want to make a point. I'm extremely fed this game, so like some of the stuff I do in this game, you're probably not gonna be able to do in your games, and I'm not gonna be able to do in most of my games either. You're not actually supposed to do this much damage, or you're not gonna be supposed to be able to tank that much. I mean, I just tanked, went into turret, tanked Pantheon, Xerath, ate a Talia W. I mean, this is just a crazy game, but yeah, normally you're probably not gonna be able to tank quite this much. You're gonna have to play a little bit smarter, but this build does allow you to be like sort of a pseudo front land for your team and allows you to engage more. And honestly, you don't need more damage items to be able to one-shot the carries. I think that's the big thing that I want to point out, is that with Prowler's Claw alone, if you full combo a carry and you have these items, even though the rest of them are all tank, like you're still going to kill them. Like as long as you're not like really far behind in the game, you're still going to be able to kill them. And here I finally realized that I should have unmuted Revenge. But yeah, I don't know. I think this build's really cool. I don't know. This is the literal only game I've ever played with this build, and it seems really strong. This is my first time trying it. You guys try it. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think it's pretty good, and I'm gonna be testing it some more for sure. This could be, we'll have to see after the nerfs next patch. I mean, it doesn't seem like it'll hurt too bad. I want to say that they nerfed the flat damage that this does. I don't think that they nerfed the percentage increase, and maybe they lowered the AD and increased the CDR. I think that's what they did. But it should still be pretty good. I don't see any reason why this wouldn't still be a viable build next season. Here, I know Pantheon's going in. I don't know what's happening in the rest of the fight, but I know that I can beat Pantheon 1v1 with my items. So, fortunately I get my E off before he's able to shield. I should have led with Prowler's Claw, though. That was a mistake. I don't know why I didn't. And I also think I should have ulted him sooner, because Prowler's Claw only lasts for like 4 seconds. I don't know if I got the Prowler's Claw effect on that. I kind of wish there was like an animation or something that I could tell. But let's see here. Rek'sai just takes over games. And this build just allows you to not fall off like quite as hard as you normally do with this Prowler's Claw build. If I go Stride Breaker, I feel like I pretty much never fall off with Stride Breaker. Maybe once we get to like literal 6 items you do, but with Prowler's Claw, my big problem with it was always that you would just fall off really hard and you just can't really pseudo frontline. You kind of rely on your teammates to engage fights and for the enemy team to just really miss position. But here, I mean, I just get hit by everything here and it doesn't matter. That's just crazy. So much fun. Really, really recommend this build. I wish I would have checked at the end what my Abyssal Mask damage was. I don't know that I do that though, but it does a lot. The Dead Man's Plate's great. For every item that I finish, I also get 5 lethality, which is pretty cool. Especially if there's like, I'm the only form of AD on my team. I think this game we're pretty heavy AD, so they actually do build a lot of armor, but that's pretty nice too. I like it personally better than the 3% movement speed that you get from Stride Breaker. Like 3% movement speed is not bad. But it's not that great either. I don't know. I don't seem to notice it that much. I could just be like undervaluing it very easily. Like movement speed is a pretty like hidden thing. Anyways, we do finish the Dead Man's Plate, so we're super fast now, and we get another Ruby Crystal, and we're gonna start building towards Stair Axe. Stair Axe is just a crazy OP item right now, especially on a diver like Rek'sai, and but it's better when you build more HP items. So building it straight up second after like a Prowler's Claw is kind of insane because you have no other HP to go with it. I mean, it's not that bad. Honestly, the item's insanely broken. It wouldn't be that bad. But it is better after you have a few HP items if possible. So that's kind of the nice thing about building these 2 tank items first. We're going to get a lot more HP and value out of the Stair Axe. And it will give us a little bit more AD, which will be nice because sort of around this point of the game, I mean, I'm guessing with this build that I might have trouble killing some people. This is really interesting. I miss a lot of that CS, or maybe not that CS. Maybe I think it's the next. I've watched it. I played this game and I watched it already. I'm getting my times mixed up. But does Abyssal Mask? Does anyone in the comments know? Does Abyssal Mask increase your damage to minions too? Because AP damage seems to be coming out when I'm auto attacking stuff. Also, does Abyssal Mask do AP damage like as the extra damage? Like how does that work? I have no idea. Anyways, I tank their entire team there again and don't die. This is a pretty balanced build. And I'm also 12-2-5. I need to keep myself in check. Like I'm like, wow, this build is so broken. And then I remember, oh, I'm also literally insanely fed and like 2 levels up on everyone. I need to answer this text message. Okay. Yeah, you can see that like there's magic damage coming out. I don't know what that is. Is that Dead Man's Plate doing magic damage? Does Dead Man's Plate do magic damage before you get to 100? I have no idea. Really no idea. I think it is Dead Man's Plate. Because I just saw, let's see, 23. Oh, it is Dead Man's Plate. That's what it is. Okay, okay. Now I understand. Okay. Cool. Anyways. We're just kind of ending the game here. It's pretty well over at this point. Basically, the story of this game is they picked Cho'Gath jungle, and I counter ganked his first gank, and he just got really, really far behind and pretty hard, and I just got really far ahead. I don't know. We were able to pick up a lot of kills in the early game thanks to some bad decisions on the enemy team, and I don't know, maybe some good fortune as well. And good decision making on our part, which allowed us to just get way far ahead to the point where the game was just pretty much over. Also, all of our, I mean, I said it before, all of our teammates just played really, really well this game. Here you can kind of see the range that I can gap close here. I believe I go for this Xerath. I'm like I'm like a screen away from him here, and I would have killed him here if he didn't have Flash, which is just sort of the power of Flash plus Prowler's Claw. And just having all the HP and resistances in the world, I don't really have to worry about anyone killing me. Like, if you're full glass cannon Rek'sai there, you might just die. But anyways, guys, that's the game. Hopefully you guys found this build enjoyable and liked it. One other build that people keep telling me to try is Gale Force Rek'sai, so maybe let me know in the comments if you want me to try that build. It doesn't seem that good to me, but maybe I'll give it a try. Everybody keeps telling me to try it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, would really appreciate it. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.